I've just got back from an evening walk in the Delta. Anybody from Johannesburg will know about the Delta. It is about 100 hectares of a respiratory green lung and is the playground of many Johannesburg residents. If you know the Delta, then you will know the Blue Bridge, an iconic place and the meeting point for many pelotons of peddlers, rafts of runners, wanderings of walkers, and a defecation of dogs. Now, whilst these are not the official collective nouns for these groupings, I think they paint a vivid picture, especially the defecation of dogs. Hundreds, if not thousands, of dogs can be seen in the Delta over a typical weekend, and most of them leave a calling card somewhere along the way. Whilst there is a Johannesburg law against this, like most laws in this extraordinary place, a blind eye turns to a pair of blind eyes, and even nostrils are blocked to ignore any offensive evidence. Since lockdown has eased, there's been an increase in traffic of all types, and the car guards along Marlborough are truly back in business. On my last few visits there, I've also met up with Sifiso, who is most often encountered at the Blue Bridge. He's armed with a poop scoop and a green plastic bag. He proudly wears a pair of size 5 pink hand-me-down cross trainers, even though his feet are size 7. And he's reading a book called The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. This takes up a great deal of space in his backpack, and it is not there for show, because I learn that he writes quite beautifully as well. He pens down with his gloved hands a phrase in isiZulu into my notebook. And although the secretary of my left brain will never be able to store the correct terminology for later recall, what remains as a memory is the meaning of this phrase. When a child is born, its hands are closed to show the world it is holding a gift. When a person dies, their hands are open to show that they have let go of this world. They have nothing left to give. Sifiso Sithole lost his job as an office administrator, and his children live with their mother. And yet he walks these pathways and cleans up the debris left by the dogs of the Delta. As he greets some of his regulars, he smiles in the realization that one dog's turds are another man's treasure. And he says that although he would not prefer to do this forever, he will do what he can right now. He saw a need, he showed up to serve, and he is able to send some money to his young daughter. Mahatma Gandhi wrote about work, and this extract is portrayed in Constitution Hill, in the number 4 jail where Gandhi spent some time in the early 1900s. And this is what he wrote: "It is wrong to think of any work as humiliating or degrading. I saw that sometimes there was an argument about who should carry the bucket for urine. If we had understood the full meaning of satyagraha, this insistence, this holding on to truth, we would have competed with one another in doing such work." I left that Delta today with so much more than an immaculately written phrase in my notebook. I left with an overwhelming gratitude for the work I still have. That as much as this COVID-19 virus has decimated my job, I still have work. And I only hope I can give to that work the same open-handed attitude with which Sifiso gives to his serving. Could I arrive with my hands, with my gifts held tight, and then leave them all on the table of my life in a total letting go, and then depart this world showing a pair of open hands with nothing left to give? In these times, when rightfully so many are demanding to be seen, I wonder if who I'm being is worthy of being seen, and whether the work I do is worth giving with an open hand. I guess I have a better chance of being seen if I'm truly grateful for the work I do, and if that work carries worthy purpose. Work is perhaps so much more than just a means to accumulate wealth. It is what gets us up physically. It is what moves us emotionally. And it is what serves us spiritually. And I guess it matters not whether we are corporate directors or collectors of dung. Like so many things in life, we moan about something when it's around, but we miss it when it's gone. And maybe the real wealth of work lies not in what we do, but in how and why we do that work. Sawubona Sifiso, I see you. Your work and your life matters greatly. And so this week, if you do have work, cherish that work and do it to the best of your ability. And I look forward to seeing you next week.